Hello all, I am the Holland Phantom, and for today's video we're going to be focusing on one of the channel mascots and my favorite Pokemon, Rayquaza, by counting down the top 10 Rayquaza cards in the trading card game. But before we begin, please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to this channel so we can reach 100 subscribers before the 1 year anniversary. We're almost there guys, let's keep going. Starting off at number 10, we have Rayquaza from Dragons Exalted. It came with 2 attacks. The first attack was Dragon Pulse, which needed 1 lightning energy and dealt 40 damage, but also required the player to discard the top 2 cards of their deck. The second attack was Shred, which needed 1 each of fire, lightning, and colorless energies to deal 90 damage, and it wouldn't be affected by any effect on the opponent's Pokemon. This Rayquaza was a great early game attacker, as it could start hitting quickly for 1 energy to start softening up bigger Pokemon, or even take KOs against Tynamo, which is a common Pokemon in the format, as it would evolve into Electric, who had the powerful Dynamotor ability. And speaking of Electric, it could easily power up Rayquaza's attacks, as Dynamotor could attach discarded lightning energies onto benched Pokemon, letting Rayquaza hit with its Shred attack as long as the player had a fire energy in hand to attach manually. As a dragon Pokemon, Rayquaza could also be partnered with Altaria from Dragons Exalted, who had the ability Fight Song, which increased the attack power of all dragon Pokemon's attacks by 20. So with the full set of Altaria on the bench, Rayquaza could deal 120 damage with his Dragon Pulse attack for only a single energy, and 170 damage with Shred, which was enough to one-hit KO most Pokemon in its format. At number 9, we have Rayquaza VMAX from Evolving Skies. It came with an ability and 1 attack. The ability was Azure Pulse, which discarded the player's hand to then draw 3 cards from the deck. The attack was Max Burst, which needed 1 fire energy and 1 lightning energy and dealt a base 20 damage, and could then discard any number of lightning energies or any number of fire energies to increase its attack power by 80 damage per energy discarded. So it definitely had the potential to deal massive damage by discarding enough energy, as long as it could reliably accelerate them on a regular basis. Which is why Rayquaza VMAX was partnered with Flaffy from Evolving Skies, as it had the exact same ability as Electric, so with enough Flaffy in play, their Dynamotors could continue to recycle discarded lightning energies every turn to fuel its max burst. And because Flaffy could only attach energy to benched Pokemon, Rayquaza worked best as a pair, so that one stayed on the bench to get powered up, while the other attacked and could easily retreat every turn by using Tower of Waters, as it reduced the retreat cost of all Rapid Strike Pokemon by 2. Finally, the supporter Rose could be used as another way to attach discarded energies to Rayquaza, but it also required the player to discard all cards from their hand to be used, though this effect could be played around by using Rayquaza's Azure Pulse to draw 3 cards from the deck, so it could be used as a draw engine, as well as a powerful attacker. At number 8, we have Rayquaza Goldstar from EX Deoxys. It came with 2 attacks. The first attack was Spiral Rush, which needed 1 each of fire and lightning energies, and would then flip a coin until it got tails, and then deal 30 damage times the number of heads. And its second attack was Holy Star, which needed 2 fire energies and 2 lightning energies, and would then hit all of the opponent's EX Pokemon for 100 damage each, at the cost of discarding all of its energy. This card was great as a late game finisher to take multiple prizes against the opponent with its second attack, and it could be powered up in a single turn with proper energy acceleration. In the ZRE deck, it could be paired with Electrode EX, as it had the extra Energy Bomb Pokepower, which would automatically KO Electrode, but would then let the player attach up to 5 discarded energies onto any of their non-EX Pokemon, so Rayquaza could be powered up instantly and start taking KOs out of nowhere. Plus, it could also be used alongside Delta Species Dragonite, as it had the Pokepower Delta Charge, letting it attach a discarded lightning energy onto any Pokemon on its bench, just like Electric and Flaffy. So with 3 Dragonite on the bench to accelerate lightning onto Rayquaza, the player would then just have to attach any of the Holland Pokemon as a double Rainbow Energy to fulfill its attack requirements, and then attack with the powerful Holy Star. It made it to the top 4 decks of the 2005 World Championships in the Senior Division. At number 7, we have Mega Rayquaza EX from Roaring Skies. It came with 1 attack and an Ancient trait. The attack was Emerald Break, which needed 3 colorless energies to deal 30 damage times the number of Pokemon on its bench. And its ancient trait was Delta Evolution, which let it be evolved immediately without having to wait a turn, though it still suffered from the Mega Evolution rule, which stated that a Mega Pokemon must end its player's turn as soon as it was played. This Pokemon was the focus of an insanely fast-paced deck that had the potential to deal over 200 damage on its first turn if it played its cards right, as it had a ton of support to search and draw through most of its deck in a single turn. And these cards were Trainer's Mail to look at the top 4 cards of the deck and add any trainer card found there to the player's hand, Battle Compressor to thin out the deck by dumping up to 3 cards directly into the discard pile, Ultra Ball to search the deck for any Pokemon, Professor Sycamore to draw 7 cards from the deck, Tapu Lele GX from Guardians Rising to search out any supported card from the deck with its Wonder Tag ability, Hoopa EX from Ancient Origins to search for the 3 EX Pokemon from the deck with its Scoundrel Ring ability. Shaman EX from Roaring Skies, who let the player draw cards until they had 6 cards in hand with its setup ability. And Unknown, who could discard itself from the bench to draw a card with its Farewell Letter ability. With so much draw power, it was simple to get a basic Rayquaza onto the bench and then evolving on the same turn with its corresponding Spirit Link, letting it bypass its turn-ending effect. Its energy requirements could be met by discarding any basic energy card through either Battle Compressor or Ultra Ball, and then attaching it back with the Mega Turbo, and then a double colorless energy would take care of the rest. And its attack power could be increased by using the Stadium Sky Field, increasing the bench size from 5 to 8, so with a full bench, Rayquaza's Emerald Break can hit for a huge 240 damage, enough to one-hit KO almost anything in the format, making it one of the fastest attackers the game has seen. Mega Rayquaza was a standout deck in the 2017 World Championships. At number 6, we have Rayquaza and Deoxys Legend from Undaunted. Now technically, this is actually 2 cards combined into one, but I'm going to count them as one, since they have to be played together anyway. Rayquaza and Deoxys came with 1 attack and 1 Pokebody. Their attack was Ozone Buster, which needed 2 Fire Energies, 1 Lightning Energy, and 1 Colorless Energy to deal 150 damage at the cost of discarding all of their Fire Energy. Their Pokebody was Space Virus, which made it so that every time they took a knockout, they could take an extra prize. Rayquaza and Deoxys were used to take surprise KOs to finish out games with their ability to take multiple prizes, and they were best used alongside Pokemon that accelerated fire energies, such as Typhlosion Prime from Heart Gold and Soul Silver, whose Afterburner Pokepower let it attach a discarded fire energy onto any Pokemon on its side of the field once per turn, at the cost of placing a damage counter on that Pokemon. Or it could also be used with much faster Emboar from Black and White, who had the ability Inferno Fandango, which let it attach as many fire energies from the hand to any Pokemon on its side of the field, letting it fulfill 3 of its 4 energy requirements, and either a Lightning or Rainbow energy could be used to complete the rest. Because Rayquaza and Deoxys was made up of 2 cards, it was tricky to get them both in the hand at the same time, but this could be accomplished by pairing it with the supporter card Twins, which could be activated if the player was behind in prizes, and would then let the player search the deck for any 2 cards, so Rayquaza and Deoxys could be found instantly. And because it had a lot of HP, it could stay on the field for multiple turns to take a lot of prizes, and its downside of having to discard fire energy every turn could be worked around by using either Energy Retrieval or Fisherman to get the energy back in hand for Emboar to keep accelerating turn after turn. Rayquaza and Deoxys Legend were part of the winning deck that took the 2011 World Championships. At number 5, we have Rayquaza EX from EX Dragon. This was the original Rayquaza card. It came with 2 attacks. The first attack was Spiral Growth, which needed a single colorless energy to let it flip a coin until it got tails, and would then attach a discarded basic energy onto itself for every heads. And its second attack was Dragon Burst, which needed 1 each of Fire and Lightning energies, and would then discard either all Fire or all Lightning energies to deal 40 damage times the number of energy cards discarded, so with enough energy, it can one-hit KO anything. This Rayquaza saw a lot of play alongside Blaziken from Ruby Sapphire in the early EX format, as Blaziken had the Pokepower Fire Starter, which let it attach discarded fire energies onto any Pokemon on its bench, so it was basically a fire version of that famous lightning energy engine we've seen so often. Blaziken would use its ability to attach energy onto either Rayquaza itself, or onto Team Aqua's Manectric from the Team Magma vs Team Aqua set, who had the Pokepower Power Shift to move any number of energy from a Team Aqua's Pokemon to another Pokemon once per turn. So it would collect fire energy from Blaziken over a number of turns, and then move all that energy onto Rayquaza to hit with the powerful Dragon Burst attack to take a surprise KO. This Rayquaza was seen making it all the way to the finals in the 2004 World Championship. At number 4, we have another Rayquaza EX, this time from the EX Deoxys set. It came with the Pokepower and 1 attack. The Pokepower was Dragon Boost, which activated when Rayquaza came into play, and would let it take any number of basic energy cards from other Pokemon and attach them onto itself to fuel its attack. And the attack was Spiral Blast, which needed 1 Fire Energy and 1 Lightning Energy to deal 20 damage times the number of basic energy cards attached to Rayquaza. So like the last one on this list, it could hit for a lot of damage based on how much energy it had. The difference, however, was that this Rayquaza didn't have to discard its energy, so it could be a more consistent attacker. It was a key piece in the ZRE deck that was mentioned earlier, alongside Zapdos EX and Electrode EX. And how the deck worked was it played Magmar from the Team Rocket Return set, whose Dump and Draw attack let it load up the discard pile with basic energy cards, and then Electrode would come in and explode, attaching all that discarded energy onto Magmar, and then Rayquaza would hit the field and take all that energy for itself, letting it use its Spiral Blast attack for at least 100 damage on its first turn. If Rayquaza was taking too much damage and was at risk of being knocked out, either Zapdos EX or Moltres EX could be played from the hand and activate their legendary Ascent Poke powers, taking Rayquaza's energy and moving it out of the active spot to protect it on the bench. This Rayquaza's speed and power let it see success in the 2005 World Championships. At number 3, we have yet another Rayquaza EX, this time from the Dragon's Exalted set. It came with 2 attacks. The first attack was Celestial Roar, which needed 1 colorless energy to then discard the top 3 cards of the deck, and if any of those cards were energies, they would be attached to Rayquaza. And the second attack was Dragon Burst, the same attack from the number 5 spot, but now it dealt 60 damage times the number of discarded energy cards instead of 40. Similar to Rayquaza VMAX's strategy, this Rayquaza relied on the ability Dynamotor on Electric to fuel its Dragon Burst attack, continually attaching discarded lightning energies to Rayquaza on the bench. It paired well with Keldeo EX from Boundaries Cross, as it had the Rush In ability, jumping into the active spot once per turn to send Rayquaza to the bench to be powered up by Electric, and then retreating for free with the Float Stone. This Rayquaza EX made it to the finals of the 2013 World Championships. At number 2, we have Rayquaza GX from Celestial Storm. It came with an ability and 2 attacks. The ability was Stormy Winds, which activated when it came into play to discard the top 3 cards from the deck and then let it attach any discarded basic energy card onto itself. The first attack was Dragon Break, which needed 1 each of Grass, Lightning, and colorless energies to then deal 30 damage times the number of basic Grass and Lightning energies on its side of the field. And the second attack was Tempest GX, which needed 1 Grass energy and would then discard the player's hand to then draw 10 brand new cards. Rayquaza GX was a very fast and strong attacker, as its ability and first attack had a perfect synergy to deal massive damage, being able to accelerate up to 4 energies in 1 turn. Max Elixir was also played to attach energy cards directly from the deck, further increasing Rayquaza's Dragon Break attack to 1-hit KO anything in the format. Rayquaza GX made it to the top 4 spots in the 2018 World Championships. And finally at number 1, we have Rayquaza EX from Dragon Frontiers. This was a Delta species Pokemon, being a Lightning type instead of the usual colorless type. It came with the Pokebody and 2 attacks. The Pokebody was Rage Aura, which activated when the opponent had fewer prizes left, and it would let Rayquaza ignore the colorless energy requirements in both of its attacks. The first attack was Special Circuit, which needed 1 lightning energy and 1 colorless energy to target down any Pokemon on the opponent's side and hit it for 30 damage, and if that Pokemon had a Poke Power or Pokebody, it would take 50 damage instead. The second attack was Sky High Claws, which needed 2 lightning energies and 2 colorless energies to deal a flat 70 damage. Rayquaza was a powerful attacker toward the end of the original EX format, being able to snipe the opponent's bench and hit their active Pokemon for a lot of damage. It was perfect as a revenge killer, as the cost of its attacks would be reduced by half when it was behind in prizes. It paired very well with Jolteon EX from Delta Species and Absol EX from Power Keepers, as Jolteon had the evolutionary Thunder Poke Power, letting it place 10 damage on all the opponent's Pokemon when it came to play, and Absol had the Cursed Eyes Poke Power, letting it move up to 30 damage from one Pokemon to another, making the opponent's Pokemon easier to be knocked out by a well-placed Special Circuit attack. It was also used alongside both Flygon EX from Dragon Frontiers and Flygon from Holland Phantoms. Hey, that's the name of the channel! Flygon had the Delta Supply Poke Power, letting it accelerate Delta Rainbow energies onto Delta species Pokemon, and Flygon EX's Sand Damage and Psychic Pulse spread damage to the opponent's bench, softening them up to be sniped by Rayquaza's Special Circuit. Rayquaza EX saw a lot of success in 2007, winning the World Championships in that year in the Masters Division, as its powerful attacks made it a top Pokemon of the format, which is why it has come in at number 1 on this list. Which is your favorite Rayquaza card? Let me know down in the comments below, and be sure to leave a like, subscribe, and share this video to help this channel grow and reach new viewers. Thanks a lot for watching, and until next time, this is the Holland Phantom logging out.